Yo, what up? What up? GM, good morning, GM, what day is it? Monday. How can I not know that? Monday, March 24th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Tyler, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Had a nice little weekend, had some time away with the fam, but also made a couple trades. Like, now's the time, folks, to start paying attention again. The market's heating back up a little bit. Feels good.
It feels good. Yeah. Now it's like, I would say like probably similar to what you and I talked about last week. Like it's like, it's good to be cautious, but it's good to be bullish, right? Like, it's like the cautiously bullish has been paying off for us both, I feel.
Yes.
And it's doing well. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. This Salana buys I did last week, definitely feeling better this morning. Also my Sonic dips. I'm finally up on my Sonic dip buys. At some point, dude, I just kept buying. And I was buying. I was like, dude, this bleeding's got to stop at some point. And I was buying, and then I stopped buying. But it kept going down. And I was like, dude. So I'm not going to lie. Waking up this morning because the alts bleed faster than Bitcoin, right? And they bleed harder. So it felt nice. Waking up this morning above all the dip buys for one morning. I think the first time in a month, Tyler. So it felt good. We're catching some good trades these days, so it's nice. But I'm sure we'll talk about this today on the show. Mando in the sunshine. What up, Mando? Good morning.
How we doing, boys?
We're great, unless I look up. So if I look at you guys, I'm very happy. Love to see my boys. If I look one notch up here, I want to literally kill myself. Yeah. There's a snowstorm.
Snowstorm. Wow. Okay.
A storm. I'll send you a video. I don't want to dox. Like, if I turn around the camera, like, it'll dox where I live. But like, I'll send you a video after this on the FOMO chat. It's a full blown snowstorm. I think it's gonna snow all week here. It's depressing. Yeah. I mean, I'm pale right now. You should see Vanessa. She's fluorescent, bro. I've never seen my fiance this white. I was telling her the other day, I was like, babe, I think we need some sun. We're like, it's like, I feel like the sun hasn't touched my skin since like Ibiza last summer. It's tough out here. Meanwhile, Mando's just like hosting outside of his apartment.
He's literally in the sun.
Son of a bitch. Look at him.
Yeah, life is good. We've had actually a pretty horrific, one of the worst storms Portugal's had in
I heard.
But we're
I heard.
Yeah.
It's like 25. Our team in Portugal was telling me like it's raining for the last month or so, like pretty crazy amounts of rain.
The last 2 weeks, really bad.
It's horrible
like
because
weather system that came through, and
oh god,
last Wednesday it like destroyed like half of Lisbon.
Oh god, bad. Great. Yeah. Love hearing that, as I have like 5 weeks left to live in Montreal. This is great. Funny story is one of our team members at the crib, Stephen, one of the writers, British, flew to Portugal, the south of Portugal, for vacation this past week, and he brought the storm with him. It's horrible. But man's taking a vacation. The fucking, British rain is like following him down there, which is pretty rare. Anyways, that was the show. Today we got different kind of weather report for y'all today, as Bitcoin is ripping. Oh baby, are we gonna hit 90K during the show? That'd be nice. Don't want to jinx it, but definitely knocking on wood. Market report. Tyler's top 100. I mean, there's some stuff we couldn't touch on Friday because we're back-to-back guests with Udi and Luca. But let's touch some of that stuff, and whatever you got for us today, we can recap, etc. No spins today. The Rollbit loot block spins are Tuesday to Friday. And then, as usual, this show is powered by Galaxis. Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement, but also Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X, Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Mando, you tell me what's next.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So we finally feel like we may just, not quite sure, but we may be back. Definitely nice that people are stopping looking down, I think. There was a lot of that as we were bouncing around this kind of 80K area. People feel better about stuff. That's from a macro level down. So we had, this really bad period for stocks, which kind of reversed in the final few days of last week. I think if you just bring up like the Tesla stock chart, like you probably get a better sense of like how people have really been feeling about macro. And we've just seen a bit of a reversal of that this morning. Majority of that is to do with commentary around tariffs. So Trump walking back quite a lot of what he said around some of the tariffs that were planned for early April, which was going to affect Mexico, Canada, Europe, China. He's basically saying, the UK even, we're going to maybe make it more targeted, or we're going to avoid some of the reciprocal ones. And the stock markets bounced decently off the back of that. Also, it's just positioning. You had Bitcoin had dropped 30%, Tesla had dropped 50%, a range of tech stocks had dropped around 30 to 50%. Hedge funds were the most short tech stocks than they have been since COVID. And retail has been the one buying. So it's interesting that we've got this global short squeeze happening. And that you can feel that in crypto, right? It just feels like this feels like squeezy in the idea that the shorts are saying, oh no, it will stop. Oh, we're only going to go to this level. But you just know there's just a little bit of juice in there. There'll be pain if it goes higher. And I love that. The pain of when you suddenly, I don't know if you saw, but all the people who've been loud on the timeline are like, oh no, I bought some yesterday. Anson said it yet. I literally laughed out loud when I saw that.
What?
Did you not see all the bears have basically said, no, I bought some yesterday, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. I woke up this morning to everyone who said they were sidelined.
Yeah.
Miraculously,
Of course.
they all bought this weekend. They're so good at this. They're so good at this. To be fair to Arthur though,
he called it well this time.
He called,
once.
this time around, because when you were away the week before that, that's when he was starting to flip. So to be fair to Arthur, he called this one, but you're right. The rest of the bears are walking it back, man. Though, who could have seen that coming?
I still believe that a trip back to all-time highs is probably a few months away, in my opinion.
Yeah. Fair.
But I can very much believe that we can go back and maybe remember 88K was the level which was a resistance point for a long time. And if we break that, then it would be a support point for a long time. Then it would be 92K. It's clear that people want to try and run it up to that 92K level, and then we'll see.
Yeah, so that was the old range, right? It was this range. There you go.
Yeah, I'd be unsurprised if we kind of go for that a little bit. That seems like the obvious target for anyone. That's, I think, what would cause the most pain as well. So I think we've got a bit of a short squeeze in global macro right now. In terms of the stuff that's looking a little bit rosy, you have tariffs. In terms of the stuff that isn't looking as rosy, I would still say that the US AI story is not looking as great, and that has driven a lot of the not just US stock performance but global stock performance, and that will still be questioned. There's no doubt in my mind that China AI and robotics is seen as a bit of a shift in worry for a lot of these magnificent systems. So I don't think we're like completely out the woods because that seems to be kind of with us. But like global liquidity went higher. Bitcoin had, as we already said, Bitcoin had been outperforming, right? So at least versus what you would expect from some of these. So I think we're in a better spot for a nice bounce. I don't think it's all-time highs sort of commentary, at least not for a bit. But it would be really good to get above that 90K level and then like hold that as support again.
There's billions and billions of liquidations at that 90K spot, Mando, specifically 90. I forgot how much, but it's insane amount of liquidations.
My two cares are Sonic and Bitcoin.
Let's go. I love it when you pump.
That's what I moved my JLP into.
I love it. What a day for us, eh, Mando?
Sonic, I do like, obviously having a good day today. AVAX is having a good day.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull everything up, actually.
Solana's having a good day.
Solana's having a good day, man. Love to see that. The trenches need Solana to do well. At the end of the day, a lot of people are still holding the Solana bag, so it's good.
Yeah, a lot of coin trenches coins are also having an all right day. It feels like you've had a bounce. Fartcoin obviously led this. It's interesting that like I know it might sound ridiculous, but like
say
it.
Like we sold off, all the meme coins sold off well before global macro sold off, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that was selling off in early Jan.
What a chart.
And getting destroyed, right? And Fartcoin was the first thing to move back. And you kind of think, is it like the biggest leading indicator of markets out there that like it's Fartcoin? Like is Fartcoin tells you when there's a recession or not?
There's a clip right there. 18-minute mark. Boom.
It started moving and then it started picking momentum. You're like, oh, and then everything starts moving. Everything starts picking up momentum. Just pay attention to Fartcoin.
Yeah, I love that.
That's what the market's going to do, it feels like.
Interns listening to the show right now. That's your clip. Is Fartcoin a leading indicator of the market? I mean, it's how much off the lows right now? Nearly 3x?
3x.
What is it?
200 million.
Fuck me. 175% pump off the lows, boys.
Hot air rises,
Hot air does rise. I mean, I get laughed at a lot in the chat. I don't mind if you saw your fellow partner laughed at me when I said that, but I do think this year, Callie wanted to take the other side of my bet here. He wanted to bet me 100 grand. I'm not going to take the bet because I'd rather buy 100 grand of Fartcoin, but he wants to bet me 100 grand of Fartcoin never sees all-time high. So 250. I'm not going to take that because I'd rather put 100 grand in Fartcoin if I believe that. And I'll 5x. I'll make $500,000. But do you guys think...
You can never win that bet.
Do you guys think that Fartcoin returns to all-time high? And by the way, the bet was until December 31st. So this year.
Let's just calm down.
Calm down. Okay, yeah, let's calm down.
All right.
Let's calm down. Okay, Dad. I said this year. I didn't say tomorrow. I said this year. Okay. Even Trump is tweeting about his token again.
I think it's a time to...
I'll come down.
Pay attention. You're seeing people you're seeing shorts get wrecked. Which is
so good.
People would have absolutely got destroyed over these last few months.
But they're not short, actually. They flip long.
Yeah, exactly. Just bring up that Fartcoin chart and like, how can you fucking trade that?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me bring it up again. Here you go. So nice.
Parabolic run up, parabolic run down, and then parabolic run up again.
Don't just hold it, baby. The true believers.
This is where I first started buying Fartcoin. Like I thought I was late, remember? And $600 million. So 580.75 to 7 is where I scaled a very big position last run up here. And I wrote all of this here. And obviously down but more. I sold down but more and I got wrecked a bit. Then Mando saved me. Called me one day at 156. He's like, listen, brother, we may be in for some trouble here.
What I do love about this, and I'll talk my bag a little bit, I clearly have some, is that it's not trading as levered SOL. I don't even know if it's trading as like levered Bitcoin. I think, like Mando said, I think this is
just Fartcoin.
The move started.
Yeah, and as you can see now, the rest is moving, and that it's not moving with it. It's just cool. Like it's moved it moved before, right?
Really, really reminds me of Pepe.
Yes.
Really.
But on a
Everything
faster time frame, right? An accelerated time frame.
it could chop around this sort of level for 6 months. What I'm telling you is just it just feel it's now the number one meme on Sol if you don't include Trump, right? Flip with, which makes sense.
Coin market cap
And
memes. Yeah, by the way, I think the Sphere thing, they have like 5 days left to honor the Q1 thing.
There's just so much less noise. We cleared all the noise. Like we had 10 runners per day. We had
still
100
gotta flip
runners per
on.
day. And
It's gonna flip. No, it unflipped.
Oh,
Wait,
wow,
it's
with-
not. That's not accurate. It's not
Yeah,
400
like,
now.
this hasn't updated, right?
This hasn't updated. It's 600 million. Yeah. Yeah. What are you saying, Tyler? We got to reset?
Yeah, I mean, there's one meme a week that's worth trading, like one new meme a week basically at this point. Maybe on a busier week, a handful. So many of the old guards seem like they're kind of just dying and on the way out. So that there's just not, if you want to play the meme game, there aren't that many options. The board is clear. And it's going to be like we're seeing that with SPX. I mean, shout out to SPX. They're the number one mover on the day. So like they're
that's wild. SPX is the number one mover.
Is the spaces not working? Can you guys check? Oh, it's working. No, sorry. I got a pop up from the broadcast. Oh wow, the spaces broke.
The StreamDX broke, I think.
Yeah, Twitter just went down for a second. Space is still live, but video's offline.
Okay, but video is live on YouTube. So for those of you who would like to watch the show on YouTube, on video, yeah, the video went. That's what I thought since I saw that too. We're live on Abstract and on YouTube, so you can either check us out on Abstract or YouTube. Very simple. Just look it up, Rug Radio on YouTube, and you'll find us there. Yeah, I figured something was probably with Twitter because even numbers are. Yeah, Twitter one's down. Yeah, it's okay. YouTube is the better platform right now, anyways. Elon doged his own platform, sadly, when he went to do with the government. So, anyways, on that note, wow, 88. We pushed for 88.7 while Mando was talking. That's actually wild. Hopefully, we go higher. Let's go.
I'm certain it's going to touch 90, right?
It would be nice.
Like, it just feels like the squeeze is going to take out that, and then we'll decide.
And then we'll decide. I might take some off when I see 90 from last week's buys and see what's up, where we go from there. Anyways,
we're back to like flat on Sonic now, right?
I'm more. My size last buy on Sonic was 55 cents. So it's not bad. We're so we're nearly flat because we bought what 74, 72, 69, 55. We just kept buying. I was telling Tyler earlier.
You keep averaging down eventually. You
keep averaging down. There was a moment a couple weeks ago I texted Mando. I'm like, brother, am I meant to be worried today? Because it was down like almost 7 figures. And he's like, brother, just hang tight. Gotta weather the storm. So we weathered the storm. I nearly even bought more when I saw 49, Mando, but I didn't have the cojones for that. I'm still working. All right, you got muted. You muted. Can't hear you.
I just said, did it go to 49? I didn't even see that.
Sure did.
It's the week you were quite busy. It went to 40, brother. It went to 39.
It went to 39.
Yeah.
Wow, like I just don't even remember this.
That's when I texted you that day. You were like busy where you were on the show either, and I was like, dude, like I was like, wow, like I'm down like $1 million. What do I do here? So I bought more. It's crypto, you know what I mean? Listen, if you're gonna be buying alts, get ready to fucking bleed, like Bitcoin goes down 30%, your alt's down 75%,
We were talking about in the chat, Hyperliquid's another one, right? Like
very good one.
Looks like Sonic and Hyperliquid are two of the strongest then. Yeah. Both up about 50% from Sonic's at
whoa, Hyper's back right? At 17. Yeah. Tyler, you're in that trade, no?
I am. I held through it all.
You've been holding this for a while.
Yeah. So I've got first buy was at 9, head buys at 18, I have a buy at 33. So I'm underwater on that one. I think I'm basically break even at this level.
Wow, nice little V here. Yeah. But I would love every chart's here right now, right? Every coin's like at this level where it's like it's ready to pop off. Or not, but we're praying for the pop off. I need everyone to keep manifesting. All right. We all want to. How's our pups doing?
We don't talk about runes anymore.
I swear to God.
I'm curious.
The airtime that pups fucking gets.
21 million.
There was a disastrous RuneCoin announcement. I thought it was disastrous. Some of the people liked it, but basically they've been waiting. They've been telegraphing block 888 for this.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
All they did was launch season 2. And
Shut up, dude. Oh my god.
Even sell. I'm just gonna hold the thing to 0, but that was
Bongo looking green. Bongo, brother. All right, Tyler. Let's see what's up with you.
I want to come back to macro just for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So, like, part of the reason why I feel like there might be a little bit of the shift in vibes, and we were talking about this. So, like the All In podcast with Scott Bessent, I think also the Lutznick one had been starting to go more viral.
Yeah,
at least on Crypto X, and I had a chance to listen to the Bessent one, like the first 40 minutes or so yesterday, and it was reassuring to me. I think my primary takeaway is like that they do have a plan. And the plan is not to just totally rip the Band-Aid off and wreck everything like bulls in a china shop. They have targets that they want to meet over the next 2 to 4 years. And they are going to take a thoughtful and slow, methodical approach. They basically want to reduce the debt. They want to deregulate to drive growth, and they want to fix the international trade situation. And hearing it first live and firsthand from Bessent was reassuring.
Yeah.
The thing
he's good
out there that that Trump's just running in, he doesn't have a plan, and he's
not true
in the China shop, and they're just wrecking everything, and that didn't really feel right. But I didn't really have any like evidence the other way. But I think listening to Bessent and his plan was nice.
Yeah,
and it got me pretty bulled up. I don't know what price action is going to do for the next weeks and months, but it feels like on a 1 to 4 year timeline, you got to feel a little bit better. Now it feels like the big April 2nd is still a pretty big day. Like they're calling it Liberation Day. So they're clearly hyping it now, but we're already seeing that they're walking it back a little bit, right? So like maybe that was a negotiation tactic, but hey, more evidence that they're not just coming in and wrecking everything. So I thought that was a positive. And I do encourage folks to listen to that.
Yeah. We also got snap federal elections called for Canada. So that's happening in April. So they Carney's called for a snap election. So that's going to happen then. So you see Trump going against the conservative guy here, saying like, did you guys see that video where Donald Trump was like, well, the conservative guy was ahead until I got in the mix and said that I preferred the liberal guy. And now Carney's got like 55 versus 45% of poly market.
Is Carney going to win? Wow.
Well, he's preferred at the moment in the markets, but he's walking back all this stuff. So Carney, I'm not a big fan, but I'm not a big fan of either, because he was the person that guided all of Justin Trudeau's financial decisions. You know, he was the leader of Bank of England and all that shit, right? So he's the one who arguably put us in the shit alongside JT, right? But now he's walking back all the stuff that he did with Trudeau. So the capital gains tax, that was the proposed 60% tax, he's walking it back. All in a good way. It's good for us, right? But he's walking back all the shit that he said he would do. So he just goes where the winds blows, right? Like he was an ex-conservative guy and liberal, conservative, liberal. So he's kind of like, he's kind of like the bearers on the timeline. He's flip-flopping. He's getting more popular. At the same time, Poilievre had some strong words against Trump. Obviously, so defending his own country, right? Because Trump came up against Canada pretty strong. You can't blame him, right? And so now Trump is like fully against him. So he got a whole thing going on. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in that world. Anyways, Tyler, you probably got a lot of stuff to cover this morning. Let's see what you got.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour cause the kids can't miss.
Folks, crypto majors, mega green here this morning, up 4 to 7% after news of tariff relief. We've got Bitcoin at 88K, ETH nearing 2100 as well. In alts, Render, Forum, and Sonic led alts. Vera also had a nice day. We'll talk about perhaps the driver for that here in a minute. The Bitcoin ETF, 6 straight days of inflows, totaling $785 million. In net capital. So the institutions, they are back buying again. Fidelity filed for an on-chain tokenized money market fund on Ethereum, likely to hold cash in U.S. Treasury securities, a bit of a rival to BlackRock's BUIDL token. Tether is reportedly engaging with the Big Four accounting firm to conduct an independent audit, which would be their first. We'll see if they actually get this deal done. Coinbase close to acquiring crypto derivatives exchange Deribit, reportedly for $4 to $5 would be one of the biggest deals.
It would be the biggest.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it would be the biggest M&A because Ninja Traders last week with Kraken was the biggest, and it was the biggest Web 2 to Web 3 as well for us. But this is going to be the biggest if it hits at $5 billion.
Yes, that's a blockbuster deal to watch. We had U.S. Treasury in a hallmark move. They lifted sanctions against Tornado Cash, I believe, back on Friday. And in metrics, folks, real-world assets passed $10 billion on chain, now up 250% on the year. DeFi Llama was posting about that. That's a major milestone. Metaplanet added another 150 Bitcoin, 12.6 million, just a week after adding Eric Trump to their board. And then this morning, breaking news, Saylor bought another 6,900 Bitcoin for 580 million. Big Mike back at it.
Bought the dip.
Hey, he did. One of his lower buys of the last few months. In token airdrop and protocol news, Bear Chain's proof of liquidity set to begin here today. Market likes that so far. Bear is up. Mega ETH debuted as public testnet, hit 20,000 TPS on day one. I've seen some positive sentiment around that. Another Mega ETH news, a developer ported Tornado Cash over to Mega ETH. So now there's Tornado Cash on Mega ETH. Farcaster launched a blockchain-like data layer called Snapchain, along with an airdrop offers program. And then Myriad, new Pingu money markets tied to this week's Diamond Hands poker tournament. We may have to look at those lines here in a little bit. In AI news, market cap up 10%, back to 7 billion. Leaders were all green. Fartcoin is now the leader on that AI board, by the way. But Alchemy, Arc, Buzz, Grift, all up 30 to 50%. So some big green in AI. In memes and NFTs, meme coin leaders, very green. We talked about SPX leading up 22%. President Trump did post about that Trump coin on Truth Social. Just a 10% pump to $12. Would have expected a little bit more after the presidential tweet. So not sure how to feel about that. Fartcoin re-entered the top 100 coins by market cap, up 76% on the week. Actually, it's up even more. It's at 590 million. Then Routine was the big runner of the weekend, got to 15 million after that viral video.
Dude.
600 million plus views. I'm sure we'll talk about that. CryptoPunk saw several marquee sales, 420 ETH Zombie Punk and 2 3Ds at 120 and 89. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce said the NFTs may be the next crypto asset class to be exempt from securities regulations, potentially opening the door for companies to fundraise via NFTs. All right, and that was the rundown.
Imagine being stoner cats. So she named them as an example. So they had to like refund everyone.
Yes.
Like what, 20 mil or some shit. And then you find out later that you're good. Do you think these projects like sue the SEC? Like I'm curious that what the process is. So it's like they made you refund everyone, they sued you, you lost millions. Not that Stoner Cats was a good project to start with, it's fucking trash from day one, but you know what I mean?
That
what
was
happens then?
Like wasn't that like the closest example to a security that we had? Like
Oh, definitely.
So like that's what threw me off a little bit because like she does say like you can't like function like a security, like that will be, you know, still rules. But
overall good news though, you know, after the Yuga stuff dropped and then this. So just again, more good news, you know, because when these cases are dropped, they cannot be reopened. So it's really good. So shout out to Sander. Shout out to Sander for getting us that scoop from Hester Pierce. So nice.
Mega ETH, who basically did this, right? So,
yeah, Mega ETH cooked. They knew. I mean, I really like I told you last week, we're exploring so many different ways of doing what we want to do, and I really like the Mega ETH thing. So it's that 5% of the total supply of the token is gonna be given to the people that minted the NFT, right?
I think so.
The Soulbound NFT. I mean, I have it, right? I have the fluff. I think you have one too, etc. So I haven't even looked. I just minted it, just hold it until that Mega ETH drops. I think it's gonna do well. I'm excited. We have a lot of catalysts coming. I was thinking about this weekend actually because of Mega ETH. You have like Monad, you have Mega ETH. You have, I mean, the reason why Mando and I like Solana is because it's a fat airdrop in June. So that is a little catalyst still, like, you know, it's all some injection. And there's a few other things, right? It's not bad. There's Wayfinder. There's a lot of cooks. Tari. There's a lot of cooks, you know, Myriad is one of them. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things happening, right? For those of you who may have seen what Mando's launching Yeet, like, you can farm that soon. Like, there's just a lot of like this is the perfect period, Tyler, where like you want to like use apps and like test things because like you could be heavily rewarded come summertime. Like this is it.
And that's been our advice for like what to do via this like this. It wasn't a bear market, but like this quiet period, right? And now, and I want to talk about the story here in a second from Wayfinder, but it's like now it's flipping a little bit into like a more bullish environment for these potential options, right? Like just a week ago, it looked bad. Now it's like, oh, maybe it's good again. And a couple stories I wanted to catch us up on this note from Friday that we didn't have a chance to get into. One, Wayfinder and the Kaido effect, right?
Yeah, let's pull it up. Hold on, let me pull it up again. Yeah, here you go.
Launched on the Kaido board.
Smart.
They won the vote in 24 hours. One of the more impressive voting rounds that I've seen. I don't believe they paid anyone for votes. I was a leading voter. No one paid me, so I just voted organically because I like Wayfinder and I do hold the time. But the big news here is that after they went live on Kaido, they saw 100,000 new wallets.
Wow!
In just a few days. So like that is the type of
we got to do that.
I think you want. Like if you're Kaido, like a Kaido marketing team, like this is the type of stuff you want to push out, right?
I think they do, right?
That they do. I'm just saying that's a pretty big impact from just a handful of days.
You also bought $1 million worth of his tokens the other day.
Yeah, you as in you, the founder, not me, folks. I did not.
No, you, the founder of Kaido, yeah.
I love that level of personal belief, and this was not using company funds, which I've seen people like share both sides of buybacks, right? Like you could be using that money to drive growth, to do other
it's
things.
his money,
his own money. So that's just a bet that he thinks his protocol token is undervalued, right?
I like it,
and he set milestones for things they have to hit for him to be able to sell. Like he wants them to have $50 million in revenue. So, shout out to him. I love that. Would love to see more of this. I think one of the biggest gripes against crypto protocol tokens is that it gives founders and teams kind of off the hook. They don't have the incentives to continue building over a long time, which you see more in the traditional world. So love seeing that from him. He is aligned.
That's good.
The other big token story here, I'm going to send you the link. 1 second.
I mean, you either believe in your shit or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta. Like I have like Mando, Ovi, and I bought like $300,000 worth of like rug reader NFTs in like during the bear market. In public. It's like in the public wallet, and it's just you believe in it or you don't believe in it.
It gives me more confidence as a market participant to see if who believes in their token. Like,
let me see what else you sent. Yeah. What do
you
got here? What's this? Oh yeah, Walrus. Yeah, one of our clients over on the Decrypt side as well.
Walrus, 3 big announcements this past Thursday. So first up, they secured $140 million in a private token sale. The funds are meant to accelerate the growth of Walrus, which is its decentralized storage and application development platform. The round, led by some big players, Standard Crypto, A16Z, and Franklin Templeton were involved. If you aren't familiar with their platform, it does allow developers to publish, read, and program large files like AI datasets, websites, or blockchain history via smart contracts built on Sui and written in Move. The funding is going to be used to support protocol expansion, maintenance, and app development as they prepare announcement 2 for the launch of their mainnet on March 27th. And announcement 3, what comes along with the mainnet? A token is coming too. So the wall token is central to the decentralized storage economy. It ensures stable pricing, efficient resource allocation, and network security. Several use cases in their eco, including payments for storage, staking for security, governance, and a deflationary burning mechanism to align long-term incentives. As for the tokenomics themselves, we do know a little bit. 5 billion tokens, 1.25 billion initial circulating, 60% going to the community, 10% for an initial user airdrop. So expectations are high for this one over on Sui. Big VCs like Standard, A16Z, clearly betting on them. I think stay tuned this week for more airdrop details to come. And like we just mentioned, looking like a better market backdrop for a potential token launch. So this one's going to have a lot of eyes on it.
Wow, love that. Yeah, we deployed the Decrypt side on there, so all the data on the Decrypt side articles. That's why you remember they sponsored our show and came on the show once as well. But for those of you curious, I forget when it was, but I know they came on. So I just know on the Decrypt side, I don't take care of it, but I just know like a lot of our data and articles and all that stuff is on there. So it's good.
Walrus,
Hopefully,
Walrus feels like one of those projects, protocols, companies that are going to have a lot of big company.
yeah, but it's never going to be hype. You know what I mean? It's just like,
consumers may not know it as well, because of that.
yeah,
they're definitely cooking over there.
it's not one of those where it's like, oh, it's gonna be like the hot flavor of the day token or this, but it's one of those like where dude, I hope the partnership team got tokens out of this shit. What? Anyways, what else is new, Tyler? I mean, it feels like we have a lot to keep. We have time. It's perfect. So feels like we got a lot to cover. What else is new?
Yeah, Mega ETH, we talked about that. So their testnet is now live. That's the major headline. I have not had a chance to play around with it yet. It looks like the speed is there, 20,000 TPS. Some of the firsthand responses I've seen from folks who did play around was it is incredibly fast. And we had Bread Guy on the show a while back. They are looking at targeting real-time apps because they have the speed to enable that. And I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on this one as well. They're building some positive momentum. I'm hoping to have a chance to test out their testnet here later this week. Let's see. Do we want to pull up the Myriad board?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Some of those news. So at 10,000 unique traders milestone got hit this weekend?
Yeah, we hit that. We're working on the new Metabase for the total users, but we're nearing 400,000 in terms of like points and the whole thing. It's actually wild. So I saw shout out to Surf Query, a Dune dashboard, because we're fixing a few things for our own dashboard, but we're like 15 to 20K DAUs. So every single day, there's like over 12 to 20,000 people that use Myriad. It's
Nice.
I was digging in this weekend, dude. It's pretty crazy. I do wish we would ship markets a little faster in terms of USDC, so we're working on that internally. But it's doing good. And then so we have this Diamond Hands. For those of you who remember doing NFT Paris, we did this poker tournament. I cooked everyone, so I don't know if y'all want to back the best horse. Your boy, Tyler cooked on for rope. And so yeah, we're running it back this week, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live stream on Abstract with our partners over at Social Poker. And so it's gonna be Farouk versus KBM, who profits the most. If you bet on KBM, just know that you're betting on the bear. Would you guys bet on the bear? I don't think so.
Never.
And then Luca Nets versus Wizard Soho, who profits most. There's gonna be more markets to come out, but there's a few fun things here, Tyler. Already a couple million Pengu wagered. Last time was what? I think it was 7 million, 6.9 million actually. Pengu wagered, so it's not bad. Hopefully we beat that this time.
Yeah, I'm on side for Oak once again.
Hell yeah.
I have to bet against KBM. I'm gonna that is a fact. I'm excited for this. I need to take a look at the hand lines once again. I hit one of those in round one as well.
You hit, yeah.
And then I'm not tooting my own horn. I had a nice little, it's not resolved yet, but it's looking good in the USDC market. So when we didn't start bleeding out at 5 p.m. last night, I took the yes side on Fear and Greed.
Oh, whoa, what a chart.
Yeah, so I'm up 100%. So I could exit that right now for a clean 100%. I think I might just get greedy and get that last 10%. So it looks like
I think you're good. At 36.
It's at 45. So
yeah, it'll be like 50s tomorrow, I think.
And that seems to mirror like the sentiment right now. I mean, you've got Ansem, who's one of the louder bulls in the timeline. He's apparently long as of last night. So.
It changes the sentiment for real though, right? When the big accounts like Arthur and Ansem were the two big accounts and big influencers in a way that were the most bearish at the top. Rightfully, they actually did call it Pico top. Yeah. And so it does affect market sentiment. And then everybody else piled in, right? We got cautious. Everybody else got bearish. We were always bullish, Mando, but we still got cautious. Sentiment is good now, So there's that. This one's too, man. It's free money.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I didn't have the stones for that one, but that's looking really good. So yeah. Do we know what we're going to get this week, or is that still
more money markets like that? Just more prices. The F1s were funny this weekend again. Ferrari, but both got disqualified, both cars. I just love that one market. I want to run it every single times the F1 race is Will Ferrari podium. Because it's 2 races in a row where they actually rug. And people are like, fuck, it's so good. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to get with the team after this at like noon today, and we'll see what else is coming.
Nice. I'll be looking for that. In the meantime, there's a little bit of meme action on the board. So if you want to pull up Dex. So routine,
dude, hold on. This is insane, by the way. Speaking of memes, Saratoga stock is up $1 billion based on the video.
Yeah, it looks like Little Moon. What time did he tweet that? Yeah, he stole my tweet.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's my screenshot. Exactly.
Classic, bro. He does it every time. Every time. Every
you know
time.
who shared it first. Don't worry.
Every time.
Keep going down a little bit.
Where is it? There it is. Every single
same
time.
prices. Yeah, okay. I wonder where he got that screenshot.
Every time, bro. He does it to us every time. Anyways.
So this thing is having some real impact. I think the stock is, stock's only up about 1% now. So it has gone back down. But this guy, Ashton, is his name? I forget his last name. His video, arguably the most, I think it is the single most viral video of all time now.
I have never, ever, ever, ever seen this many. Where's the video? I want to find the original. We got to get this to 1 billion views.
It'll get there, right?
Oops, I didn't mean to repost it.
Only 4 days old.
It's funny because I saw this video like last month and just recently blew up. Like it came out a while ago, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was maybe like a different iteration. I don't follow this guy, so I don't know. But he mega viral, 680 million views. I think that the classic parts of it are like when he's diving and it's like 7 a.m. People have been using that meme.
The president used it.
The
rapid response.
Yeah. The Saratoga water is flying off the shelves now.
So there's a meme coin attached to this. I saw that on your. I didn't even know. I thought about it. I was like, and then I saw your tweet. It's crazy.
So I'd seen this meme, and then Saturday morning, I'm at the desk having some coffee. I see Clemente tweeting about this. He's talking about how it's gone parabolic to 1.5 million. I instantly chirp him about how 1.5 million is the new bar for being parabolic. I was like, this is dumb. This video doesn't need a token. But then I bet against my intuition. It was like, usually when I think something is dumb on a Saturday morning, it runs for the whole weekend. So I bought some 10x from 1.5 to 15. We'll see.
This is so stupid.
Anyone to buy this, but it was an example of some opportunities back in.
Did you see Jakey's? He's at 15 million views.
Yeah, I hate giving him airtime, but it was a well done video. It was pretty fun. That's good credit.
So let's see it. I haven't bought it. I haven't bought anything. But let me see. Is it this one?
The token came out Friday night. Like it was buyable at 50K rather. It was buyable at 50K, 100K for a few hours. It was 500,000 Saturday morning. It was there were several windows to buy this thing.
Oh wow, you see pump swap now here. We gotta talk about that after that, but
oh wow.
Look, you see that?
I have not seen that yet.
Look at that, pump swap.
Oh wow. So this is one of the first big runners on pump swap too.
I've never seen that. And look, it's first when you look up routine, the first result here is pump swap's results. Speaking of which, that was on Friday, so we had to skip your topics. But that's a big deal.
That was one of the single biggest stories. I'm pulling up the Dune dashboard to see if we've seen a revenue spike, but Pump Fund, they introduced Pump Swap as their own native DEX. So they tout new features like instant migration, lower fees. Creators are going to potentially have larger cuts of their tokens and more liquidity. So this is a huge deal. It has to be bearish.
Ray is finished.
Part of the big, thesis for Radium was that all the Pump Fund tokens were going to their pools. That inspired a little bit of back and forth on the timeline. A Radium team said basically, hey, we tried building this for you 6 months ago. They didn't want it. Well, maybe
I get it, but also I get it. Like if my business made $600 million this year, why would I need to outsource it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't mean to be a dick, but like I'm not outsourcing my prediction market platform, building it in the house. You know what I mean? Like
They have infinite capital. Why would they need to outsource anything? They made $500 million.
yeah.
600 million probably by now. So it makes sense for them to launch it. I think one of the more interesting aspects is going to be this creator incentive program. So we and what we've seen from pump fund rivals and competitors who have been spinning up over the last few months is different types of bonding curves, giving creators a little bit more control over tokenomics for their coins, and then different types of incentives to try to change what most folks would say, like the current pump fund model was you just want to launch as many coins as possible, sell and get out. And devs might even be incentivized to effectively rug their tokens. Because like whether one of the competitors like the Pumpkin team is going to do is you as a creator get more fees the longer a token lasts and the higher it goes. So effectively incentivizing you to run a token like the right way and actually have it succeed over a longer time period. We don't have details for exactly what pump swap and what those creator incentives are going to be, but I am curious. My read is Alan and team what their competitors are doing, and if it makes sense, like they're just going to build it into their own platform. Basically, is my read, and they force us to do it. So like I don't know. Like I was chatting with Jeebs.
This is great.
People are making the comparison. This isn't him. Of Pump Fund to OpenSea. I feel like Pump Fund is going to be around. I think they're going to be there for a while. It's hard. It's always hard to predict the newcomers, but I don't know who's going to displace them anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I've been saying this forever too, but it's just like, dude, like every single copycat didn't pick up. Like even Dex Screener has moonshot, or nothing picks up. Like I think the reaction of Radium to create that, is kind of hurting.
It's really hard, and
yeah,
I think their moat's just going to get bigger. Or maybe not. Moat might be the wrong word, but I just think they're just going to continue to build out their platform, and as long as it's good, and like I don't want to throw shade at OpenSea, but I feel like part of the criticism against OpenSea is they had the big lead and they didn't really do much with it. They kind of as is for a while. I think that's fair criticism. Pump Fun is showing like, hey, they are going to continue pushing forward. Right? Like they could have just sat on their hands. They could be on islands right now with all the money they've made.
When is the OpenSea token coming out?
It's $1 billion question. Market's also better for that.
Oh my god, I'm down for it.
Have you been trading much on OpenSea?
I have not traded shit in the NFT space. I haven't been trading. I haven't really made a trade in forever. I tried to buy some pre's because of you, and I bought the top.
My bad. Damn,
no, it's okay.
Higher hopes for that.
I'm surprised this one hasn't bounced at all on the way down here. But it's because the meme kind of died out. But I lost but I cut it like 26M. So like whatever.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I was like, this is not like I stopped seeing memes on my timeline, and I was like, okay, this is finished. Like this is it. Yeah. Like I bought a little bit, and I was like, okay, I bought like 38 mil. I was like, fuck it, maybe it goes to like I bought nothing. It's like 10 grand. I was like, maybe it'll go to like 80 mil. I'll double it, whatever. Like it was stupid. And I knew I was buying like a top, right? I was like, fuck it. So as soon as I was down like 35-40%, I was like, I'm good. Like I'll just take my loss here. I don't care.
That was smart.
Yeah, whatever. It's just name of the game, you know what I mean? There's so many places to make, but I bought a size Salana last week, so it helps. I think we're looking good here. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's sustained.
To give Ansem some credit, like I think a lot of people throw him under the bus. He nailed the Salana trade.
Yeah, of course he did.
3 years. I mean, better than anyone, right?
Yeah.
And so him firing back into Salana, 140 was his number. He wanted to see it close over 140. It did, and he got back in. I think you have to like that, just from a trader perspective. If you give weight to his opinions, then I think you have to like that.
Yeah, Every coin. I mean, the thing is, we talked about this you and I this weekend, but like everyone's asking, so was that the bottom? The thing is, like, even if it wasn't, you're like sweeping those lows again. Like, dude, how much lower do people want it to go?
Mhm.
We had a 30+% retrace on Bitcoin. We had a 60+% retrace on Solana. We had a 50% plus retrace on ETH.
It was
What do you
huge.
want? Like, what more do you guys? With 55% retrace on Tesla. You have like a 10, 20 points on SPX, NASDAQ. I didn't really follow that. I know it was down bad. Like, what else do you want? Like, altcoins never even got a pump to start with. But even the ones that we bought, for example, I'm in Sonic. That was down like over 50% as well. Like, what did you expect? Farcoin from 2.7 billion to 200 million.
Over
It went to
90%.
250.
Yeah.
Like, meme coins went down 90%. Like, how much lower do people expect this to go? Like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm not getting bulled up. I'm cautiously bullish still. I'm not changing my stance on the cautious, but like, still, like, bro, how much lower do people want this to go, Tyler? I don't get it. Sometimes, like, hey, do you want to go to lower? Sure. Do you want to go in a 2-year bear market right now? Like, is that what people want? Like, sometimes I wonder.
It always confused me. My gut read is it's more likely that we have bottomed than not. And I
Yes.
don't know. I can't predict day-to-day price action, but I'm
No.
positioned that way. I mean, I was buying assets through it all anyways because I didn't think we were going into a multi-year bear.
But I'm just glad I managed to catch Solana slightly under 130.
It's
Fuck
great.
it. It could go back there tomorrow. I'm not selling it because
Yeah, you're not going to sweat it.
it's good. I have a good entry now. Like, I'm happy. Sold most of it above 150 because okay, that's enough. And go back way lower. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I didn't get 113 because I was scared that day in max fear on the timeline. So yeah, no, like I'm not the guy. Like Ovi buys those dips. Like Ovi's good at this shit. Like Ovi will buy like he'll see negative 60%. I'll be like, fuck it, I'm all in. I don't have that in me yet, but by the negative 45%, that's like it's,
An ARC, and he might finally be back up. ARC's back.
Is
at
it? How's the cookie.fun board doing?
It's green again. So it's back to 7 billion.
7 billion. So it never really left at 5.5, like 5.5
I think it
billion.
got to like 4.8 was the lowest, but like
Yeah,
they did some
5
weird
billion.
math. I don't know if I totally trust all their numbers.
But it's a good sentiment kind of aggregation. Like it's a good idea of where we're at, right?
I'm not personally ready to say like let's all jump head first back into the AI trade.
No.
I want to see a little bit more.
Oof. Tough.
Yeah.
What's AI 16Z at? I haven't followed it at all, dude. Zero. I haven't followed anything.
Million, 20
How much?
Yeah, it's
This?
down quite a bit. Yeah.
So
Well, I think
much
what you want to see here is similar to like the Farcoin chart, where you see a longer bottom and a little bit more of a curl.
Yeah. I know.
Before we really started aping into this.
It's hard to buy this. How's the Murad list going? Hold on, let me see.
Probably good.
It's not bad.
So SPX is
SPX is the biggest one.
yeah.
So you want to see this, right? When your memes, usually you want to see this on days like today. How's Mog doing? 210. Okay, this still green, but they're all the charts look like that. But it's just it's rough for everyone. See, that's the thing when people are like, "Yo, did we bottom?" Like, yo, the biggest meme coins did this. You know what I mean?
If you think Mog's gonna make it, then it's a buy here.
Well, for me, Mog may become a multi-cycle coin after this cycle.
Yeah,
because they've survived over almost. Actually, Nog is gonna be 2 years. We're almost on 2 years on the block. Pepe, dude, if you believe Pepe was the coin of the cycle, you could have caught it at $2 billion last week. 2 billion for Pepe.
so
Went to
Pepe's
9.
16x Mog basically right now, 3.2 to 200.
What do you think? 10-1 spread usually? I don't know.
Feels like it's a 10-1 ratio. I'm a big spreads guy.
I'm a big spreads guy. I like that.
I like to track these spreads.
How's the Melania Trump spread?
What was the other spread that I was in?
Your ETH Tesla. That's your spread.
Oh yeah, ETH Tesla. Those are like 1-to-1. And so Melania unlocks, I think, have started. I don't.
Oh God, this is disgusting. I can't look at that coin. That's PTSD. Let's look at Trump. You say he tweeted this.
Yeah, Trump posted on Truth Social.
Okay.
Basically, like loves the
What
token.
if though? Just what if?
The thing here is, man, this thing's only 2 months old. How wild is that? Doesn't it feel older than that?
It feels like years.
a lot's happened in those 2
I mean,
months.
it's been a rough 2 months since, right?
It has. We've been through some things. Let's just say that. The unlocks start in 1 more month. So you have to have those unlocks.
You can have usually like a pump to unlocks, no?
That's a big day for that token, because if it can get past the unlocks without just like a mega dump, I think that's going to give folks some confidence. And guess what? A lot of people are still in that coin. So there's going to be a lot of potential people rallying. Maybe the flip side is there's going to be a lot of people looking for any pumps to exit.
There are a lot of people in that coin left. You're right.
How many holders do they have? Do you still have the chart up?
I can show you. I can show you the holders. Hold on. Well, my holder scan is old. It's got all the fuck. What's MLG at? I'm curious. I'm not even trying to. Sorry, because I have it open on them holder scan. I'll close it now.
I'm scared.
Wow, pump your Farcoin is such a good organic. But see, all three of these.
This train only runs one way.
Just only, but see, even Mog. We're talking about Mog just now. Holder base, Pepe,
Yeah.
fart coins though. Wow, wow. You asking about Trump, right? Let's see Trump. Well, I just saw it's 11 into fuck. Trump. Well, I mean, what's the CA? Hold on. Well, MLG's at 7 million. Fuck.
We can just see it on DEX.
Yeah, CA. Boom. There you go.
650,000. Yeah. So I saw a little bump. How many did it gain? It gained 600. Okay, that's not too much. But yeah, 600,000 holders in this thing still. So I don't know. There may be some outs left. I'm not, that's not my thesis to go buy Trump right now, but I'm just saying you might have some outs.
Yeah.
But man, that Farcoin holder growth.
Absolutely wild. Love to see that. Wow, look at the daily growth here.
That's nice.
Holy shit. That's impressive, honestly.
I mean, Dip tweets a lot about it. Of course, he's like the biggest bull, but he said like,
But you gotta respect that, right? Biggest bull at the lows, biggest bull at the highs, biggest bull at the lows, biggest bull at the highs. Like, you need those people. Like, every meme coin needs like one champion.
The last time we were at this level, it had 35,000 holders. Now there's 125,000.
Wow. Impressive, to say the least. Also, even the Billy Bets one, they were on the show last week. It's up almost 50% since.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Well, I wonder
We're in
how
that.
double A's. Yeah, I'll have to check in with those guys.
Yeah, love to see that. Anyways, all right. Well, look, I think that was a good roundup, Tyler. I think we went around the horn pretty well. Love to see that. And we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, with the Rollbit Loot Box Round Tell. That's tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.